That's a dumb rule. I don't like that.
No, it makes perfect sense. You don't want to fake out. Like, it's not
I mean, it
fair.
makes
You're running
like
full
how
down the
you
field.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a dumb rule.
Started us off.
Hello, welcome to the
Uh-huh.
Commonwealth. We have our host, Austin Logan, Zach over here, and Luke. I am a Virginia Tech fan. Austin's a JMU fan, and Zach is a UVA fan. Austin, if you'd like to do the next part.
Yep, we're all
Austin, are you tired?
yeah, yeah. This is Who Runs the Commonwealth. Thank you, Luke, for the introduction. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I worked last night, so I haven't been to sleep. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's also Haley's birthday, so we were drinking.
Oh, fun.
Oh, so you're trash.
What do you mean, Jesus? No. No, no, I'm fine. All right, anyway, who runs the Commonwealth, right? So I think it's to start it off, I think it's pretty funny. I saw a power ranking from I can't remember what the guy's name, but it was like UVA was number one, JMU was number two, and then it was like number three was Virginia Tech. Or it was like big gap, and then number three Virginia Tech, four ODU, and five like Liberty.
I think
I
ODU
just
has
think it's
that
funny
right
because
now.
how little people forget. I just think it's funny because how often people forget that ODU just beat JMU, Virginia Tech by like 20, 30. I'm just saying,
Yeah, people don't remember that. That literally
I had a
happened this
pretty
year.
fun time at the JMU ODU game.
Sure, you did. Quarterback had
Yeah, it was like
157 rushing
what 3 weeks ago.
yards. Stupid.
GMU finally took care of business offensively.
Did he really against
Yeah. That
dude,
homecoming game,
Colton
157
Joseph really
rushing
had?
yards.
That's so crazy because Alonzo Barnett had 153 rushing yards against them. I thought it was exactly the same, but
That's what we're
close enough.
talking about. Alonzo Barnett had
Which
153.
is the JMU quarterback. Oh, I thought you said Colton Joseph had
No,
157 against
no,
Tech.
no. I was talking about no. I was talking
Uh,
about
Mm.
your run. Yeah, but their running back. I'm pretty sure their quarterback still had like over 100 yards on us for sure.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
Kojo.
dude's crazy. Yeah. I mean, Kojo. Yeah. Some people call him Kojo. Yeah. Okay. Let's just jump into last week's JMU ODU game. It was the Royal Rivalry. I'll never say that right. Me and my dad were talking about it in the stands. Royal Rivalry. So it was, I don't know if you guys watched, did you guys watch the game real quick?
No, I didn't see any of it.
I kept up with the stats. That's
Yeah,
about it.
same. Same.
Ridiculous.
I was in excruciating pain, sir. I had
Ridiculous.
surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Or
Yeah.
I
We
would
were
have been
supposed to be
there.
there.
What are you
You
talking
think you'd
about? I
watch it
would have
on
been
TV.
there.
So, okay, so first half, it starts off 6 seconds into the game. Jamie fumbles the kickoff return and ODU scores. So they all start off 7-0. Tough way. I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day sitting in the stands. Barnett scores for a 60-yard touchdown. Everything's all good. We keep going. It was like just a really good game in the first half. And the half ended 28-27, just kind of like matching each other offensively. I'm not sure if you guys have heard this or not, but JMU is the only team to have held their opponents to under 300 yards total offense as a defense. And it did not look like they were going to do that this week. ODU had 275 yards of offense in the first half.
Jesus.
And in the second half, they had 10. In the third quarter, they had one. And in the fourth quarter, they had
Total
nine. That
offense.
was total yards of offense
Damn.
in the third and fourth quarter. 1 and 9.
Damn.
Yeah, tough.
But y'all were the
They start
timing
off
doesn't
this
make sense because y'all literally were like the score was what 50 something to 28 or 27 or something.
63.
It was 63-27. It was
That's ridiculous. So
28-27
you're
going
still
into half.
putting up
Wait,
at least 14 points a quarter. Their time of possession had to have been terrible.
what was the halftime score?
27-28.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So it was a
Yeah.
ball game. I didn't realize that. I just looked
Yeah,
at the score and was like, damn, they blew them boys out.
Dang, that's
yeah,
crazy.
no, it was ball game for the first half. I went in the halftime thinking, man, they're gonna lose. Cause like, JMU's offense, like
Hmm.
eventually it's gonna stop, you know what I mean? But it just never stopped. But eventually the defense showed up, right? They So ODU had the ball coming out of half, and Kojo threw his first interception, and they scored on that. JMU scored, so they were up a touchdown. Get the ball back, they 3 and out. It doesn't matter, but JMU punts, so they're up like 35-27. So still just like a touchdown up. ODU puts in their second string quarterback, and he received the punt, and he muffs the punt.
Classic.
And yeah, it was all downhill from there. So, I mean, same old ODU, lots of turnovers. So, just like how they lost to Marshall last week, but they only had 3 against us and 5 against them. I had a great time. I stayed the whole game like a freak.
Oh, yeah.
But the real question is, did y'all go to the famous JMU spot after the game that you said you were going to go to at that bar?
What bar?
We did Billy Jack's.
Oh, classic.
Why didn't y'all
Zach's been
go?
really-
I need to know the story of this. Why didn't y'all go? Just trashed all day, or?
Well, we could talk about it after. No, it wasn't like that. Haley, pretty much everybody left in the third quarter because it was kind of like a blowout. I was like, yeah, well, you guys stay, we'll go out, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, dude, it's a blowout. We're going home. But the student section they went tarps off for the fourth quarter. So
what does that mean, tarps off?
all the the student section had their shirts off. Shirts off.
Thick.
They took their shirts off.
Thick.
It was like a barstool thing at all the throughout all the barstool accounts for like every school. It was like that was just kind of like a theme. All right, but that's all I got for JMU this week. I mean, the offense finally showed up. We'll see how that kind of goes into the next week. They do have an away game, like a weird Tuesday game. We'll get into that later. But yeah, use a little bit of hope into the.
Wait, don't they have a bye
season.
this week?
Technically, I guess the bye is this week, and then the next week's game is on the Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah, that's
Does
weird.
that make sense? So
yeah, I get it. So yeah, they don't play this weekend, but
Yeah.
Tuesday. And since they play Tuesday, they don't play the
Yeah.
following Saturday.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Right. So next week is really like the longer off time, I think. Well, there might be even, but yeah,
Well, that's
they got
funny
like 2 mini
because
buys, which is pretty
yeah,
sick.
because we have to talk. I didn't think about that. I thought they had a bye, or I saw they had a bye, so I was like, we're obviously not going to talk about them today, since we're not recording until next week or next Wednesday. Next Wednesday's podcast, we'll be
Yeah.
talking about that game just like it was this weekend. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Because technically this is their bye, but
Mhm.
we'll be covering it. So, but yeah, how did UVA and Virginia Tech fare? I think
Virginia
Zach,
Tech was
you wanna
off.
go over UVA.
Yeah, we were on a bye.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Forward.
the UVA game was something. So I knew going in Washington State would be feisty. I just didn't know they would be that feisty. So obviously the week before, they pretty much controlled the game against Ole Miss, and it took a couple big plays from Ole Miss to close that out at their place just to beat Washington State. So I knew it'd be a tough game, but when that line came out and opened at 17, I was like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous. There's no way we have any business beating them by 3 scores, given what they just did to Ole Miss. So all to say, I didn't have a good feeling about it going in, but I didn't know that would be thoroughly dominated, at least for the first 2.5 quarters. It looked like a team that just came off a bye, like so flat, zero energy. And then hate to say it, but like they're like a really dirty team, but I respect it. Like they were like going head first, like targeting for our heads. They were stepping on us after plays. They were jawing us the whole game. Their quarterback, every time he would score, was like putting up crazy hand signs and like doing dirty shit to our fans. Like I've never like Hokies don't even do that shit at our place. Well, maybe that's an overstatement, but still, nobody else does that. Like I've just never seen a team like act like that. And apparently, the people there at the game said that Washington State fans were like just fucking crazy, like just jawing us the whole game. So, anyways, all to say, they came into our stadium with an attitude, and yeah, they dominated. We could not start a run, or our run game did not work at all. We couldn't get into a rhythm. Chandler Morris was off, and so luckily, I think them playing so dirty kind of lit a spark in us, and also the fact that it was our biggest crowd that we've had in like 5 years, and so like the place was almost a sellout, which is like unheard of for UVA. So yeah, I think all that energy kind of helped us in the second half. We came out motivated, and we finally started getting things ticking late in the third. But it's the fourth quarter really. We entered the fourth quarter down 20-10, and then I think we held them to just like 7 yards of offense in the fourth quarter. We obviously outscored them 12-0 in the fourth quarter. I think we're down 20-13. We went on a 98-yard touchdown drive, which was crazy because our offense hadn't done anything all day. And then win the game, we got a safety. Safety won the game for us. So yeah, it was a nail biter game. I accepted that we had lost the game at like the end of the third, going to the fourth. I was like, this is over. Like we have no life. They're dominating. But we just, like I said, lit a spark in the fourth and dominated them for 1 quarter, and that was enough. So yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing performance, but this is just a type of game that we've lost the past decade. So the fact that we were thoroughly dominated for 3 quarters and still came or found a way to win, it's just further proof that this is like a special season for us. And we'll get into it later, but I have high expectations for next week, given what we just went through this week. I think it was a good test. Been very thankful we got out of it with a win.
See, now I thought y'all were gonna get that little hiccup because y'all have like such a good head of steam right now, and everybody's talking about UVA. But it was really sad to see the wide receivers and your quarterback fall that low. You know what I'm saying? Where they were losing all the way up until the fourth quarter. I mean, up until the fourth quarter, everybody thought UVA was going to lose. FanDuel had it at plus, I think it was like plus 150, 1,500 odds that UVA would lose that game in the third quarter. So I'm happy y'all made it out of it. That's good for the ACC, good for all Virginia teams. But damn, it was a good game to watch, honestly, especially for Washington State's defense.
Yeah, they were legit for sure. I respect them
So
and
I
their
was actually
coach.
going to ask you. I was going to ask Zach, how did the safety happen? Because I was texting you kind of during the game, and I couldn't watch it because I was like not in the CW range, which is a crazy thing to put sports
Dude, I cannot believe
on
football's on the
because the
CW.
CW is for like
It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's like predominantly ACC, right? I
Yeah,
think.
it's just an ACC thing. Like, it's such a stupid conference. Apparently, we have no budget, and so we have to put our games on the
Wow.
CW. It's embarrassing. Might as well put it on Cartoon Network.
It might be better on Cartoon
I
Network.
know.
Sorry. So how did they end? How did the safety
Yeah.
happen? Because that's what I was like coming into, like really.
Yeah, so it was crazy. It was a rule that I didn't ever really like. It's seen or a flag or not even a flag, but a rule that be displayed or called, however you want to put it, before. So it was just a mental hiccup in Washington State. So obviously, when you kick the ball off, instead of letting it go to the end zone, you can make a fair catch just like you can on a punt, and you get the ball at the 25. But to make the fair catch, if you do the fair catch signal, you have to be the one to catch the ball because they don't want people faking it. That used to be allowed before, where like you could put two returners back. One guy fakes the fair catch, and
Yeah.
all the players are like running down the field going for him, and the other guy catches it and runs it back. So they got rid of that rule. So in that situation, Washington State had two returners, and one of the returners did the fair catch signal, but the ball went to the other guy and he caught it. So if that happens, the ball is placed where he caught it. Where in this place or in this situation was literally the 1 yard line. Look like the worst mistake you could possibly make in that moment. It's absolutely unbelievable that that happened. And we got so fucking lucky. And then again, we won the game because of that, because we got a safety 3 plays later. And yeah, it was just a mental hiccup on the other returners, the other dude's part that called the fair catch because looking at it, he was doing it not to take out our team, but he was like telling the dude, he's like, yo, make a fair catch. Like telling him to do a fair catch. Didn't realize he's a fucking idiot. You can't do that, bro. So yeah, we really got lucky with that.
That's a dumb rule. I don't like that.
No, it makes perfect sense. You don't want to fake out. Like it's not
I mean, it
fair.
makes
You're
like
running full
how
down the
you
field.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a dumb rule.
If that
I feel
happened
like
against
also
Virginia Tech, Luke would be like, I love this rule. We need this.
no. It's like saying you can't onside kick every single time. It's dumb. You should be able to onside
You
kick
can
whenever you
on
want.
Onside
you
kick. What?
can
What does that
onside
have to
kick
do with
every
it?
time.
I'm just saying it's like that rule. Like onside kick like every single time. It's
You
like
can
saying you
onside
can't
kick
do
every time.
that. It's like saying no. It's like saying you can't. That's dumb. Like that's a dumb. Like when did they change that rule? Like where you can't have
When
two
they
punt returners
changed
back there
the
and do that.
I don't know when
it's
they changed.
like
Go ahead, Austin.
yeah, I think maybe you're confusing the rule, but we'll just move on. But
Gotcha.
we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think you're just yeah. The rule is I think not what you're thinking it is. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I thought it was a close game the whole time. I didn't realize Washington State had gone up. So yeah, it was like 17-7 going into halftime.
Hmm.
That's a pretty cool comeback, especially for you were saying like UVA doesn't typically like they might have just like laid down in previous years.
Exactly.
It does definitely shows you some resolve in the team for sure.
Yeah, we needed that wake up call.
Yeah, thank God for
So
Jamal.
Virginia moved.
Jamal woke up for y'all. 105 receiving yards.
He's a
But
beast, yeah.
yeah, but what happened to the rest of your receivers? Like your quarterback had less yardage than he's had all season.
He got
175
hurt. He got
passing
hurt.
yards.
We called a stupid quarterback draw. His shoulder was banged up, and then it was revealed after the game that he's been battling a shoulder that keeps coming out of place all year, which we didn't even know about. And then Cam Ross, our second best receiver, got concussed with a dirty targeting hit over the middle in the second quarter. So we were bleeding chips there for a little bit, but luckily came through. I mean, it really just comes down to the running game. Going into this game and even Louisville, we have one of the best running offenses in the country. It was top 10, but I think teams are starting to see on film now. It's like, hey, if you load the box, take away UVA's run game, and make Chandler Morris beat you down the field, that's the recipe for success. So Louisville did that. It worked out a little bit for them, but Chandler burned them on a couple plays, and then it really worked for Washington State against us. And then the only thing they got going, like you said it, Luke, we just needed a receiver to step up with Cam Ross out. In this case, it was Jamal Edrin. We just kept feeding him the ball in the second half, and he was kind of the difference maker. But yeah, we just got to have somebody to step up like that, and we need Chandler Morris to get healthy because you could just tell the velocity and the touch on his throws the past couple weeks have not been there. It's not like it was early in the season, so that could be a
When is
problem.
y'all's bye week, or have y'all had it yet?
We have two. Like we had one last week before Washington State, and then the next one is right before Tech. So we have a long stretch here.
Damn, that sucks. He's probably gonna be healthy when he plays Tech too. It's
I'm hoping
terrible.
so.
He got hurt in this game. Oh yeah, I think I saw he went out for the game and was like questionable to return, right?
Yeah, so
And he
he's like
came back.
technically come out of the game 3 times this year. So in the opener against Coastal, he's just like a warrior, but I hate it. Like the dude is like he's a midget. I mean, he's barely I think he's listed as 6'1". There ain't no way in hell. He's 5'11" max. He looks like he weighs about 185 and he runs through like 6'3", 250 linebackers as if he was like Cam Newton. Like it pisses me off. He needs to learn to slide. Anyways, yeah, he tried to run over somebody in Coastal and dislocated his shoulder and then did the same thing against not Florida in Louisville at the end of the Louisville game in overtime. He tried to dive for the pylon and he got knocked out of the game. Luckily, we won on the next play. And then it happened again Saturday on a quarterback draw. This time he didn't run into somebody, but a huge D tackle just landed on his shoulder. So that shoulder is just going to be a problem the rest of the year.
All I'm saying is all the characteristics, all the injuries, all you're saying to me is basically you have the second coming of Baker Mayfield. And I don't know if that's a problem.
I mean, he's a warrior, yeah. I mean, in a way, he's playing through these injuries, and I love it. He's toughing it out, but he does need to learn to slide. That's for sure.
So Luke, coming off the bye week, I guess let's go ahead and jump into next week's games.
So that's Virginia
Since
Tech versus Cal.
Tech did have a bye week, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into that one. Friday night game, I'll definitely be watching for sure. You gonna go?
I'll be bartending probably.
That's bullshit. You need to call out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. They don't play those games, okay? But it should be a good game. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to if they play Kyron Jones, which I know at this point he's going down with the ship. And I just know that they're wasting another talent like Ken Hooker, like keeping Pop Watson on the bench. I'm going to say it until they play him. If they don't play Pop Watson at all this game, they lose. I'm telling you, Kyron Jones is going to have 2 picks, 125 passing yards, and like 85 rushing yards. But Cal has played really well this year. They played against some pretty good talent and kept it close and almost pulled out on a couple of their teams they played this year. So I think that Cal's going to take it, unfortunately. And unfortunately, Texas in that rebuilding year right now. We lost our coach, fired him. They're working on a new budget, trying to raise more money for the football program to get better athletes in. I think realistically, yeah, we're losing. Cal's beating us. I think it's 32-20.
Yes, I saw Cal was. Oh, go ahead. You go first.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say I'll follow that up because I'm on the complete opposite side of that. I mean, I don't really care who plays quarterback, but I've been the one that's kind of defended drones here on this podcast. And I definitely think Virginia Tech wins Friday night. I think Cal is actually overlooked. Their record is kind of misleading. Their only road game this year was beating the worst team in the ACC, Boston College. They looked absolutely horrible last weekend at home against Carolina, who was a horrible team. Carolina should have beat them, but fumbled on the 1 yard line at the very end of the game, which would have given them the lead, I think, with like a minute and a half left. I think Cal is just trending downward, which is good because UVA has to play them in 2 weeks. And I think Tech still, yeah, like they've been bad this year, but there's just something about Blacksburg for a night game. And I know that doesn't say much this year because they've been wrecked by, I think it was Vanderbilt that beat them on a night game. But still, Cal is having to travel cross country. I don't think they've ever played at Blacksburg. They're trending downwards, and I think Texas is going to continue to have a chip on their shoulder. I mean, they beat NC State on the road. I would pick NC State over Cal, just as a team with talent. Cal really doesn't have that much talent. It's just their quarterback is really good. And so if Tech's defense is able to get after the quarterback with a good pass rush, which is probably their biggest strength on their team, I don't see any reason they should have any trouble. So I don't even think it's going to be like a nail bite or anything. Like I think Tech will win outright, just control the tempo for the whole game, not let Cal have any big plays. So yeah, I'm going to take Virginia Tech to win 27-17.
Cal, I think, is a typical really hot, really cold team. They beat some group of five team, San Diego State by 34 to nothing, which isn't the worst. They're probably the upper third of group of five, right? So not anything too shabby. I understand the the game did not look pretty. It didn't feel like they were going to lose that game. I watched a good portion of that. It never felt like it was going to get out of control. It seemed like they had it. I know it got started going in UNC's favor at the end, but
They literally fumbled on the one with a minute left.
watching the game,
It
it felt
basically
like they
lost the
were.
game. He literally fumbled into the end zone. That would have
Yeah,
been
for
ball
sure.
game.
But like the first couple quarters, yeah, it was like 14-7, 14-10, 21-10. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah,
UNC scored
they were in
eight
the lead
late
the whole game
to
basically.
like make it a game, and then we're driving. You know what I mean? Right. That's what I'm saying is like they were controlling the game. They just kind of like again like hot and cold team. I feel like I'm sure you've seen it a lot of times where it's like they either win by 30 or lose by 30. You know what I mean? So I just think that's kind of like Cal's identity. But I do think they're like similar to Boston College, where is like kind of like their middle ground, who they did beat. I'm just trying to boost up Cal, I guess, to try to make it seem like it's going to be a game. You're right, right. Cal is the worst in the ACC. I don't see how Virginia Tech loses this game, but
His name's
you can
Cameron
say that
Jones.
about any game Virginia Tech's lost.
His name's Cameron Jones.
Yeah, 100%.
You're
I'm
telling me,
not a
like,
big
let's be
hater of the
honest, let's be
drones either,
honest.
but
If you were to plug any of your quarterbacks into Virginia Tech's offense, it'd be different. It'd be different. Trust me, if you put Barnett in Virginia Tech's offense, they would win more games. If you put Chandler Morris in quarterback position, they would win more games. Cameron Jones isn't going to go to the NFL. He's a fifth-year senior playing on his last year of his last year.
I
He's
disagree.
not going to get the
I think if you put drones on UVA, we might be one game worse.
There's no way. Chandler Morris is a monster.
He's good, but like he's not like blowing anybody away.
Yes, he is. He's rushing for 2 touchdowns, passing for over 200, rushing for 50, 80 yards. Like
He's overrated as a runner. He's really not that fast. He hasn't really done much this year running the ball. But throwing the ball, I mean, he had a good start to the year against Coastal and Stanford, just throwing deep bombs against some of the worst teams in the country. But when he has to play good teams like Florida State, who's now turning out to be a really bad team, he threw 3 just horrible picks that if Drones did that, y'all'd want to shoot him. And
he
then
does that like every game. Those 2 picks has like 2 forced fumbles. So like, what are we talking about?
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Kyron Jones is better than Chandler Morris, but I'm just saying I think you're overhyping Chandler Morris a little bit, and I think you're undervaluing Drones a little bit. That's all.
11 picks
yeah, I
to
think
me last year.
I saw Chandler Morris kind of pick apart FSU's defense. I understand the 3 picks thing, but those were kind of like, I don't want to say fluky, but it did seem like he was like kind of in control of the game. But all to say, bro, I don't know whose quarterback you want, but you don't want Bar. I mean, talk about hot and cold. My guy threw 75 passing yards 2 games ago. But again, I don't think it's on like the quarterback per se, but like maybe like, but I think it's more like offensive game plan as well as like, I mean, Tech has what, 3 linemen out still, like starting linemen. So I mean, I think that's got more to do with it than drones. But I thought you were going to say something. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be a tough game, but it's at home. Cal is going across the U.S., so I think you're good. They just might make a bowl game this year, probably.
Well, no, they can't do that. If you look
They're
at their
two and
schedule,
five.
yeah, they have 0% chance. Look at their last 4 games.
2-5. That's terrible.
The Virginia Tech podcast, and they were like, "This is Virginia Tech's last chance to get a win." So that's the
No.
reason. Actually, I will pick Tech. I will pick Tech in this game because it's the last chance to get a bowl or to get a W on the board. I'll say
Listen,
I don't think it's gonna be
and
a very high scoring game. I'll say like 21-17.
it's a good score.
Go ahead, Luke.
The only game that I would be willing to bet on for Tech this year, huge upset just because it happens like every year. The Commonwealth Cup, Virginia Tech versus UVA. It's already sold out. I just feel like that game, no matter, like, I don't care who's on UVA. If Virginia Tech doesn't win that game, everybody in that building is getting fired.
Well, you love Hendon
Go
Hooker
ahead,
so
sorry.
much. The last quarterback to lose to UVA was Hendon Hooker.
I know.
Really sad.
But that was in
Ooh.
a 2 quarterback system where they were starting Quincy Patterson and switching it out, Hendon Hooker all the time. And Hendon Hooker was getting pissed off because he couldn't get hot because he would be in a drive and then they would put Quincy Patterson in.
Well,
So
he
you can
played that whole
rotate back.
game and he went off. He was the reason Tech was in that game till the end.
I love Hendon Hooker.
I thought he was a good
Love
quarterback.
that man.
I remember watching that game. I was so mad. That was probably I was pissed.
That game was awesome. Watching Dax
I was
Hollifield,
in
probably the
Austin.
highlight of my year.
That 2019, 2017?
Yeah, Doc, dude,
19.
he is so overhyped, dude. Oh my God, everybody in Virginia
That has
Tech
to be
loves
2017.
Dax. Oh,
It was
like for
2019.
what?
They think Dax is like a legend.
But
Dak who?
why?
I don't know.
I can't
I
explain
really
it.
don't know.
Dak who?
Just
Dax
loud
Hollifield, white
linebacker.
linebacker number 4. Yeah, like all he could do was talk trash, talk shit. He couldn't back it up.
Yeah, yeah. He was always in the
Sorry.
press conferences talking shit, but could not. Yeah, I feel like he was always crying, dude.
Listen, you can only
Every
do
game
that
they
if you're
lost, he
Danny
was over
Cole.
there weeping. Yeah, Danny Cole got robbed.
Yeah, you did.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the.
But anyway,
Sorry,
back to the
that
podcast.
wasn't that game against Michigan State. Yeah, right. Let's stop getting into the Virginia Tech lore. Yeah, Virginia Tech. I think they win. Let's go. Let's go ahead and go UVA, Zach,
Okay.
to get
Yeah.
us track.
Yeah. So we go on the road to Carolina this weekend. Last I checked, we were 10.5 point favorites. And yeah, so Carolina, they seem like, I mean, they obviously got off to a horrible start. They've kind of been like the joke in the national media due to Belichick, just how bad they've been. They finally look like they had a pulse by almost beating Cal on Saturday. And so they look like they're getting better. I mean, if they're known for anything, it's just like a good run defense, which is like our strength on offense. So like that's a little scary. But they've been extremely inconsistent at quarterback. They haven't found a rhythm on offense whatsoever. And yeah, I don't know. Before the Washington State game, I was really worried about this, and then I kind of was worried as watching the game unfold Saturday night against Cal. But unlike Washington State, which I kind of had a bad feeling about going into it, I actually all week have had a really good feeling about the Carolina game because I think the Washington State game kind of just woke us up and is like, we have a target on our back now. Like, we're not going to sneak up on anybody like we're used to doing. We're going to get everybody's best shot. And I think like the way we played in the fourth quarter is going to translate into Saturday. And I think Carolina's a team that can't really come back if you get them down 2 scores. So the key to the game will be getting up early, maybe like two touchdowns or just like a 10-point lead or something. Get Chandler Morris going, get him in a rhythm early. And if that happens, I think there's a 0% chance we lose the game. So I actually think we're going to cover this week, and I think it's going to be a really good performance. And I think our offense will play well. I think they'll get back to at least like 95% of what they were earlier in the year because they really haven't played well since the Florida State game. So yeah, I'm gonna take UVA to cover. I'm gonna say 37-17.
Luke, you want to go
37
first?
17. So you can.
Yeah, I agree. I think UNC has got a lot of winnable games coming up with like Syracuse, Stanford, Wake Forest, Duke. and finishing up with NC State. So I don't think this is like a kind of how we were talking about Virginia Tech. Like this is like their last winnable game. I think they might be kind of shying away from the UVA game, which is crazy to think about, and the history of these schools playing in the ACC. But yeah, I mean, UNC lost to Cal. What are we talking about? I know you say they had the game locked, but they did. Yeah, this is why they play the game, right? Like somebody dropped a pass in the JMU game and it was like, oh, it could have been a game if they had just caught this pass. Like maybe UVA lost if they didn't get somebody didn't do like a dumb mistake on a kickoff return. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's football.
this is the reason to enjoy college football, right? And like it's because it's not like professional and crazy stuff like that happens all the time. And like if you're like a good team, I don't want to say these things don't happen to you, but like they happen less frequently. You know what I mean? So like they did fumble they could have won, but they fumbled. So
Exactly. I get you.
yeah, I'd say at least a touchdown. I'll go 14 points. I'll go even like 35-17. I think that's
That's a good one.
I think they put up some points.
Okay.
You're up, Luke.
I
Sorry.
think, and this is going to be the first one that y'all think I'm insane about. And betting wise, this is what I'm going to promote to anybody that's not in Virginia that's listening to this.
I already know what you're gonna say.
And listen, I've been
And
hot.
I agree.
Listen, you can ask the guys. You can listen to the podcast. I've been good. When I say a bet is a good bet, it's a good bet. I think Bill Belichick being on the hot seat, I think UNC's kind of upset right now with the way everything's been going. And I'm feeling like there's going to be an upset, and it's going to be UNC's going to beat UVA, and I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be 32-28 UNC.
God, if we give up 32 to UNC, I'll be the first to be like, I don't give a fuck about the season anymore. We should fire the defense coordinator. Every single defensive player should be cut from the team. I don't care anymore. That'll be so embarrassing. But hey, that's why the bookies put out the 10.5 line, because they knew that it's just like asking for people to take Carolina to at least cover. So that's a dangerous line, but I respect the pick.
Yeah, 100%. Put a little 10 or a little 5 on UNC to win.
Yeah, and Virginia's got Cal. I don't know why this feels like a trap game to me. You know what I mean? I'm projecting my own trap game feelings for JMU, but
yeah, I think this is the opposite. Like
it just feels like
it's a rivalry. 1, 2, we lost. UNC came to our stadium last year and beat us 41-14. Like we get fired up for Carolina, especially after last year, and then especially after the Washington State game, we know like we can't come out flat anymore. Like I guarantee you, we come out as hot as we've been all year, given what we did against. Like if Washington State didn't happen, if Washington State just laid over and we just walk into the stadium and just win like 48-7, then yeah, I would agree that I can maybe get with those feelings. But given what happened against Washington State for the rest of the year, I don't think we're going to come out flat against anybody.
I'm sorry. You said earlier in the chat that your quarterback's hurt and that he's going through an injury right now with his shoulder. So he's not able to get the ball to where it needs to be. I'm telling you now, for real, this is I'm really confident about this one. I really think UNC's going to upset UVA.
Luke, please put like $500 on it. Like I want you, like if you don't win it, I want you to not be able to pay rent. Let's do it. Put all your eggs in the basket.
I'll put 100 on it.
Do it. Because I've never been this confident in a UVA game all year. I never picked UVA to cover.
I'll go out of state for like a couple hours, put a bet in, and then come back.
Oh yeah, I forgot that rule. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all just bet each other?
That would be cool too. We could do that.
We could.
Yes. You want to put 100 on it?
Nobody said anything.
On the money line?
Yeah. No. Like, okay, essentially, we'll do it over time, whatever, but we can do like 50, 25, 100 on a game. Like, if you really think UVA is going to beat UNC, put 100 on it. I'll put 100 on it. We both send the hundreds to Austin, and then Austin, and the winner, Austin, will send the money to.
I got to think about it.
We'll get into it later. I like the idea. Yeah.
But no, that's a good idea.
Or whoever's not in it, we can switch it up. You see what I'm saying? Like you and Austin do a bet, then you send it to me, and then I send it to y'all. You see what I'm saying? We can switch it up like that.
You won't catch me betting on JMU, buddy. I'm terrible betting. I'm pretty much Yeah, it's just like if I bet on a team, like if I picked, I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to jinx. I mean, well,
JMU's winning out.
okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm just
JMU.
really bad at betting. The opposite of what I bet will happen, and I wouldn't give $100 to see JMU lose. All right. Yeah, so okay, so JMU, I'm telling you, I'm cursed. JMU against Texas State. Let's roll into the JMU game. That's happening on Tuesday night, October 28th at 8 p.m. I took off work Wednesday just so I can watch this game. I'm fired up. The ODU game's got me fired up. Should it? I don't know. JMU's got a very bad history of playing on the road, very inconsistent. So Alonzo Barnett proved everybody wrong last week. I'd like to see some coaches prove everybody wrong this week. What you got to know is about Texas State. They got a very good offense, or they got a good offense, right? Like they'll score 40 points a
Yeah.
game, but they also get scored on so much. I think what are they? They're 0-3, maybe 0-4 in the Sun Belt, which is insane because the Sun Belt is really bad this year. Marshall just beat them 40-37. Troy beat them 48-41. As you can tell, high scoring games. Arkansas State, terrible team, beat them 31-30. Very close games, very close.
What's the line?
And I don't have the line.
It's probably JMU, honestly.
Well, no, I guarantee they're favored, but I was wondering if it was like close to like 10 or like 14, or if it was like more like 7. My guess would be like 7.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't really looked
Or
at the
honestly,
betting
the last
odds
couple
for it
games
because it's for
have been
like
I can find it in like 2 seconds on
probably
ESPN.
be around that.
Sunbelt.
Anyway, sorry, a lot of dead air there. But yeah, I think if ODU didn't put up 300 yards against JMU, I think this is probably one of the last teams that could potentially do it. But again, like this year in the Sun Belt, defense is questionable. So hopefully it's not a shootout. Hopefully defense comes in there, takes care of business. There's some talk that Kenny is kind of like 1 foot out the door. Might already have it like a job lined up in another school. So that could be a possibility. I'm not sure if anybody's hiring him after this like terrible. Like
JMU's
they were pretty
coach?
good in non-conference, but no, Texas State's coach.
Oh, yeah, that
I
makes
believe
sense.
his name is GJ Kennedy. Kenny,
I
not
mean,
Kennedy, but Kenny.
they played decent against Arizona State. They only lost by, I think it was like 9 points or something like that, like 21-13. That wasn't too bad.
I think it was like 35-10.
34-15 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Which surprisingly, Arizona State's ranked again. I'm not sure how, but they also beat UTSA and
Okay.
Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, sorry, that's the one.
I mean, Eastern Michigan scored 27 against them. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not sure how worried or concerned I should be about the game, but I do think that consistency kind of goes into this week. One thing about JMU is our head coach Bob Chesney is they come off the bye weeks pretty strong. So we got 2 bye weeks coming up this week and next week. Short bye weeks, but bye weeks all the same. Might come out sluggish, but I'm not too stressed. I know that their always defense travels, so there's a little worry today. But go ahead, you guys.
You want to go, Luke?
No, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, this one's tough. Like I didn't realize Texas State's coach pedigree, but also that they're like just playing horrible football the past several weeks. I don't know. When I originally looked at this, saw they were 3-4, saw their conference record, I'm like, this seems like ODU is much better than them, and JMU just completely demolished ODU in the second half, albeit at home, and it was close in the first. So I don't know. This one's really, really tough. But I'm just going to go with my initial impressions and initial feelings. I think it's probably just on the road. It's a weird Tuesday night game. It's probably just close and sluggish early. But I think JMU takes over in the second half, especially given they have a good defense. Their defense can keep them in any game. I'm going to go JMU 31-13, but it's probably like 13-13 at half. And JMU, I guess it's kind of similar to ODU. I just think they control the football, and I think they continue the momentum from the second half of last week, kind of like what Austin said. I think this is probably the second easiest game left on JMU's schedule. I think Marshall is really tough. That's going to be probably the toughest left. And then I'm telling you, like Washington State's getting better every week. Almost beat Ole Miss, almost beat JMU. That'd be a game I'd want to go to if I was free. Washington State at JMU later in the season. We'll get into that later, obviously, but that's going to be a tough one. So I don't think JMU wins pretty easily here.
Yeah, I do too. I like that range. 30. You
Yeah, I
said what?
agree. Like
32 to
35-10 is what I
13.
was thinking.
I like that range, but honestly, JMU when if they're in a rhythm and they're getting hot and they go over and if they can get over 20, I'd say if they get over 25 in the first half, it's going to be a blowout.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think
You know what's
realistically,
funny? Oh, go ahead.
what?
I was just saying, you know what's funny is a lot of like JMU people think like if JMU can score 21 points, they'll win the game. You know what I mean? Because the ODU is kind of like the most explosive offense we've seen we will have seen all year. Even Louisville, it took a strip sack to get to 28. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be high. I like the 30s. I like what you said, but if they get in the first half into like the 24, 28 range, I think they're easily gonna score 40 some points. So in that case, that they get hot, I think it's gonna be like 44 to 17, and then I'd say if they're not hot, I would say 38 to 13. Because either way, Jamie's gonna score a bunch of touchdowns.
You just did a 6 point difference. Like if they're hot, they get one
Yeah,
extra
if they
touchdown,
score
basically.
28 points in the first half, that's what you got to realize. If they score 28 points in the first half, which Jamie's very capable of. Like if Barnett's on fire, they're set.
if they score 28 in the first half, I'd say they'd probably score 63 total. Because they don't start the game strong, brother. Like it's halftime is like when they start playing, which is crazy. But we've gone into halftime with like losing to. I think we were tied with Liberty, but we were losing to, I mean, Louisiana, Georgia State, pretty much every
We
team,
also got to witness
except ODU. That's why I was like,
UNC last year, 85 to 60 something, and they were scoring every single drive. So they have the capability. They have that. That's what I'm saying. If they go off,
for
it's
sure.
stupid.
That's what I'm saying is like if they score 28 in the first half, then they're going to score me probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if they get hot, they're gonna go. They're gonna keep going in the second halftime. Anyway, so I think we went over everybody's next week, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's get into some national media. Luke, you want to go ahead and talk about the betting news we got? Breaking news here on who runs the Commonwealth.
Was 100% of my bets last week. If you didn't follow, sorry.
No, the betting betting rule change.
What's the
where they changed the rule that college players can bet on pro sports. All right, sick. Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah. They changed the rule where
You started the
college athletes and coaches can now bet on professional sports. Is it frozen?
Yes. Yep, that's it.
Is it frozen? I think it froze.
You're good now.
No, I can hear you.
I think it froze. That was the problem. Gotcha. It already go through that the college players and coaches can now bet on professional sports.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? It's crazy, but
I don't really mind it either way. It obviously doesn't affect the college game at all, what they're doing. I guess if they got boys that are like in a professional league, maybe they're going to shave some points. I don't know. I don't really believe in shaving points all that much, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We see worse in the NBA all the time, and they have pretty strict rules about some shit they get away with, so I don't mind it.
yeah, but have you ever heard of insider trading?
I don't like it.
You got a friend on Washington is like,
Yeah,
bro,
it's basically what
all
that
of our
is.
receivers
Because
are out.
like let's say you went to LSU, your best friend. Exactly. Like that kind of shit. But that's like that. But where it's gonna mess up is there's gonna be too many people doing it, and there's gonna be so many people getting rich from it. It's going to become a problem.
But
because let's say you're a college athlete and you know an NFL player, right? And he tells you what's going to happen in this game, whatever, like that he'll go out with an injury or something like that. And to bet a bunch of money on it, he tells his friends. Then they tell other people they're winning all this money, and it's going to be a problem in the end.
no, I get the premise, but what I'm saying is like they can, if they wanted to do this, they don't need this rule. They could already do it. You just got to just tell your roommate or your friend who's not on the football team and be like, "Yo, my NFL friend is But let's put a prop bet on him for over 6 catches or under 6 catches. He has 5 catches. He dropped. I mean, we can go over 1,000 billion different scenarios of how you can shave points and trade there. But if they already wanted to do it, they could do it. They already wanted to make money by cheating like that. They could already do it. It's just now that they're technically allowed to just pull out their phone and do it themselves. I don't think it makes any difference.
Fair, fair, fair. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's like I would say it would be different if you don't make money playing college. You know what I mean? Like if you weren't getting paid directly by the school, I think it would be different. Like if you were just a scholarship athlete and not getting paid, then I think you should be able to bet on whatever sports you want. But like you're literally taking money that the school is giving you to bet on sports on the NFL. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just seems kind of shady.
Yeah, and what a slap in the face to all the other athletes that never got that. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. I don't like it. I don't like these new rules. I don't like these new
Give Reggie
regulations.
Bush.
Stupid. Hey, they gave him back his Heisman.
Oh, speaking of, well, oh hell, okay, that's what I was concerned about. But gotcha. Shit. I lost my train of thought. But okay, let's go into real quick the top 25. So, have you guys noticed anything in the top 25? I'm just thinking like Tennessee, Texas was kind of rough, I guess. Like they just kind of Tennessee lost, they dropped 6 spots. Texas lost, they dropped. Oh no, Texas didn't lose, but they won by 3 in like overtime. It was insane to like Kentucky, and we're still shouting SEC dominance. So, not sure if you guys had anything to say about that. I'm not a big fan.
I'm looking at the top
Miami
25
lost. They're
right
still in the
now,
top 10.
trying to find an issue.
Miami lost. Miami lost to an unranked Louisville.
And I
What the hell are
called
we
it
doing?
last week. And what'd you say? What
Like
did you tell me when I called it? What'd you tell me when I told you that was my bad?
I told you you're crazy, but that's why I don't bet. But I'm so glad they did beat them because Louisville beat JMU and UVA beat them. So making Virginia look good. Let's see if Virginia Tech can get them. Let's see if Virginia Tech can get them.
Yeah, that'll be awesome for the state.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That was so funny. You should have seen yourself. You're like, real side eye. Okay, let's get into some bets. Oh, I'm sorry. Did anybody else have anything for top 25?
No, I mean, I'm looking at it now. I don't really see any issues at all. I actually
UVA's
kind
at
of like it.
16. Congratulations.
It's the highest we've been in 18 years.
I think I need to call some more upsets and get top 5, huh?
You can do it, Luke. You're the one to go to for it.
But I did do that.
Zach,
upset.
you agree?
Go ahead.
Zach, you agree with Miami being in the top 10 when they just lost to Louisville?
I mean, Louisville's a good team. The game did seem fluky with Beck throwing 4 picks. A couple of them were weird. It was a tight game all the way. I think Louisville's a great team, and Louisville's punching themselves in the foot right now, or like they're kicking themselves in the foot. They're pissed off because
How are they 19? Oh,
you can't
Because
put
they
them ahead
just
of
beat number
UVA.
2, bro.
that's crazy.
Like I think Miami was appropriately
They
pushed
should
back.
put them
Like
in front of Miami, though.
look at dropping 7 spots is pretty big deal. Like usually that doesn't happen. I think the committee was like, yo, like 7 spots is kind of a lot. There's like, look who's behind them. There's only one team. Well, there's only one team I think Miami would lose to behind them, and I would say Notre Dame, but guess what? Miami beat Notre Dame. There's nobody behind Miami that I would take over them except for Louisville. But again, this is where rankings get weird because, like, again, this is what Louisville fans are saying right now about UVA. They go, if we played UVA 10 times, we'd win like 8 or 9. It was a fluky win for UVA. And now Miami fans are saying, well, if we played Louisville 10 times, we'd win 8 or. It's just like, bro, the games are played once. Whatever happens, happens. This is why, like, I hate rankings. Like, it's dumb to me. Like, and I hate when it's college football playoff time and like everybody's just freaking out, losing their minds over the committee trying to place these teams. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter until the college football playoff. When does it happen? What week do we start getting college football playoff standings? I'm excited to go
Next
over
week.
that. Really?
I believe so, week 8.
That's awesome. Yeah, then it's important. Then we can start really getting into it. But yeah, I don't think Miami being at 9
That's
is like a world killer.
That's true, because you're right, because the college football playoff rankings are really the only ones that matter. But it just kind of bothers me. Well, we'll get into that another time. Let's get into bets. Luke, go ahead. Give it to us.
I don't know. There's a lot of really good games on this weekend. Wisconsin, Oregon, Texas, Mississippi State. But
Wisconsin.
That's going to be like an 80-point game.
I'm going to call you crazy again. No way.
Wisconsin hasn't had I think they've gone like, without having 2 first downs, they've gone like 7 quarters. Like, if you want to talk about the worst offense in the country, like Franklin County's offense is hands down better than Wisconsin's.
I'll tell Haley said that. Oh, I got a good one.
Go.
Mississippi State, Texas. Mississippi State, Texas. Mark it down. Mississippi State, Texas is favored by 7.5 points. Mississippi State is sneaky good this year. They haven't yet to beat an SEC team, but I think Texas is just that bad.
I could see it.
They barely beat Kentucky, who is, I don't even need to justify it then. Because, bro, Texas
I wouldn't be surprised.
Trash.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two solid ones, okay? One, we already know. I predicted UVA to lose to UNC. Close game, upset in the end. Second one, Missouri's beating Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's losing.
I like that one.
And that's going to be a huge upset because that's going to drop them.
We need to talk about this SEC bias as well for the college game day, but we'll get into that another day. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, there's only one I'm confident in, and it's going to make you laugh because I can't get off LSU's dick, even though they keep disappointing me week after week. But I'm just going to keep fucking picking them because they can't lose out. So yeah, LSU
They gotta
hosts
beat
Texas.
somebody.
Yeah, LSU hosts Texas A&M, who's now number 3 in the country. Everybody's freaking out however good they are, even though they barely beat Arkansas last week. Gave it 42 to Arkansas. Brian Kelly, this is just heating up. They're just due for just a typical LSU performance. So I'm gonna take that one. A&M's only favored by 2.5, but it is in Baton Rouge, and that's crazy for LSU to not be favored at home. But that's just how poor they played so far this year, even though they're 5-2. I don't know. I like LSU in that one to win outright. And then my other one is it's not an upset. It's basically a pick'em game. I think that's all I got. I don't really love anything. If I had to go somewhere, UCLA, Indiana, just because UCLA is hot, I would take them to cover. The line's 25. I could see them only losing by 17, but that's not a sexy pick.
I think Texas A&M LSU is a good one because this is about the time when Texas A&M wheels start to fall off for them.
Right.
What happened last year, they were ranked really high, and then they played their hard away game, and it fucks them up.
Exactly.
Not that I'm saying LSU is good because I don't think they're good at all.
If they beat Texas A&M, would you consider them good?
That's all I got for. No, I'd say Texas A&M is a bad road team.
Yeah, Archie Manning has not produced.
10 minutes late. You talking about Texas?
Yeah.
We're talking about Texas A&M.
Oh, Texas A&M's good. They just have a lot of money and a lot of donors.
That's true. I didn't even consider that. You're right.
They got a lot of people.
They did bring a lot more talent in this year. So we'll see.
Dude, they literally were holding videotape.
What time is that game?
They were announcing if you're a big guy, defensive
7:30.
Offensive line,
Won't be able to watch it.
Flying first class, come to Texas A&M.
No, they've been one of the top 3 spenders for the past 15, 20 years. They've always been known for that. That's why they fired Jimbo. It's because when you spend that much money and you go 8-4 every year, it's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got a good coach in Mike Elko, though. I mean, I love Texas A&M. I think they're a really good team. I just think LSU on the road, young team, it's not easy.
Especially at Death Valley.
Yep.
Because whatever disagreements I have with LSU and Brian Kelly, I will say tough place to play,
Top 3 for sure. We should do
a
ranking show.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I don't think at number 1. Maybe Texas A&M. I mean, there is a ranking. It's a win percentage at home, and JMU's number 4. But that's where we're gonna end the show. Number 4, JMU, hardest place to play.
Stop recording. I was gonna ask.
No. Let me close it out.